What's going on, everybody? Welcome in. It's the Wager Alarm live stream. I'm Howard Bender. With me, of course, Craig Mish. Mish, what's going on? Week 4 officially in the books. How did treat? I mean, listen, for us, we went
We
3-2 in the
won.
Westgate. We won. We're winning.
We won. It's a miracle. It's week 4. We have a win.
Well, you know what though? But we said we thought we were going to win. We were getting a lot
Yeah,
of
I felt
value
good.
on picks this
I
past
felt
week.
good.
So
Yeah, I felt good about it. Yeah, the home favorites have just been covering at this historic rate thus far. It's usually under 500. It's like 60% for the season. So if we stay on our path, we will succeed in the end. It's hard because we've had these 3-2s and 2-3s, and we haven't had a 4-1 or 5-0 yet. We'll have it, but if you stray from the path, it's when you start getting in trouble. And then if we hit like an 0-5, we're basically done. Like we go 0-5 one week, you can't win this thing. We haven't gone 0-5 ever doing this, so that's our goal. And yeah, I mean, to review the games that we discussed last week. First of all, it's super dangerous to take a big favorite, as we talked about. We were a little lucky. Let's just be honest. We were a little
sure.
lucky. You don't. I mean, this week we're going to have no choice because there's a million huge. I mean, this week is like big favorite city. It's like chalk city. But we did go with the big road favorite as opposed to home favorite, and that worked out very well because the Rams did not cover against the Giants. I don't know how the Giants stayed in that game, but they did. And the Giants have covered a couple of games this year. But the
Not
Ravens,
not the ones we've picked.
the Ravens we took on the road to win big. It was very close. And had we got the closing line on that, we would not have won, or at the very least we would have pushed. But we got the value there, so certainly that was a really good win for us. We got that win. Miami had all kinds of chances to cover in this game, if not win. They just kicked a bunch of field goals, and I was very disappointed in particular with Miami for not going for it a few times on 4th and 2 and 4th and 1. I can understand that if Miami was playing the Jets or the Bills, but you're playing against Seattle. I was very surprised that they didn't capture that moment and say, if we give the ball back, this guy's gonna find some guy named Moore down the sideline. That's what happened.
Well, I
David
mean, that
Moore got
was
the ball.
exactly what happened in the Green Bay Atlanta game yesterday when we were started talking about that as well. Atlanta was sitting there. They went for fourth and short twice on the same drive, and then they got inside the 6 yard line. They're like, we'll just take the points here. We'll kick the field goal, as opposed to going for it again, knowing that Green Bay is just going to roll all over your defense. So I mean, the suspect play calling like that, that's definitely going to burn you every now and again. There's nothing you can do about it. Can't plan
Yeah,
on it.
yeah.
But
So anyway, so that was 1-1. You wanna go over the rest of the other three picks that we had?
yeah, all right. So we took Minnesota getting the points,
Great call. That was a great call by you. Excellent
jumped right
call.
in there. That
Hmm.
was nice. I'm trying to think. So we hit with the Ravens, we hit with Minnesota. We lost with Detroit, right?
Yeah, we lost again with that. They were 14
Wow,
nothing.
Detroit.
So who was our fifth winner? It's escaping me now.
Let's see. Our fifth winner
Colts.
was
Colts.
it was the Colts.
Yeah, the Colts are so our best friends. Are the Colts the last few years? Have we ever
Right?
lost with them? I don't think we've ever lost with them before.
The Colts are doing us right. It was like the Steelers last year. The Steelers, we just
Steelers
kept
did
hitting
us
the
right.
Steelers
Yeah.
over and over again.
Yeah.
So
So look, and other leans that we talked about, you like the Browns a lot. That was a great call. Green Bay, we could have had that. There were we actually had we had 7 or 8 picks, we would have done very well against the spread this week. So that feels really good that at least we sort of are on the right path with that. But I think the lesson to be learned is that if you can avoid a big spread, you got to try to avoid it. I mean, look how close it was for us to get that one win out of two teams,
sure.
but it just looks so easy on the board. Oh, they got to win by this much, and Washington never had a chance in that game, but they had a chance to cover many times in that game. And
Oh,
that's
when they put in RG3
oh
and he
my
threw
gosh,
that
that was it.
interception from his end zone, I was like, "Are you kidding? Am I going to lose on a backdoor cover here because they're just screwing around now and they just don't care?"
Yeah, and look, and even last night, it looked like if you took Kansas City in the Super Contest early in the week, and then you found out Cam Newton was out, you got a 4-point swing there. Everyone had
Yeah,
Kansas City minus 6.5. And even then, New England's got the ball driving down at the end of the game. And every game comes down to that. It's like people think that they're so smart. Like, oh, I took Kansas City, great pick. Really? Like they were on the 20 with 2 minutes left. They could have easily scored and covered. Went for two, you would have lost the entire thing. So it's just every year is like this. I love doing it and I love handicapping and I love doing these things with you. But I would be foolish in saying that sometimes I watch, not every week, but sometimes I watch and I think to myself, I could have really just turned this on at the end and I would have gotten the same lift at the end. But look, I enjoy it for fantasy. I have fantasy teams. You, of course, running a fantasy company. I want to see my guys play. I mean, I can't believe Ernest Johnson is in the NFL from South Florida running. I never would have thought that in a million years. I got to unload my fab budget onto Ernest Johnson. He wasn't even that great at USF. I can't believe it. But here we are. And so those are the kind of stories that I watch on Saturday. So when I see these guys play on Sunday, it's just remarkable. When I saw him come into the game for Cleveland, I was like, I forgot he was even around. Great. Like when UCF played USF, I want to say it was Singletary versus Ernest Johnson at one point in that game. But
really,
anyway,
because Ernest, I mean, he's bounced from the AAF to the
he was like a nothing.
AAF to the XFL, and now all of a sudden
and now he's the number one. I mean, in fantasy this week, it's like I was doing my TV show, and I was saying to this is basically the guy, right? Like this is the guy this is the lottery ticket for the rest of the year. We're in week 4 here. If you're not picking up guy, if you're still holding back money at this point, whatever your record is, I mean, no one's popping up week 9 that's going to save your season. Like this is pretty much it. Like this is. I mean, he may be a 0, but this is like the game-changing guy, and he looked so good. I couldn't believe it. Again, I guess it was Dallas. That's true, but still, the Browns run really well, and And again, the reason why they not the reason why they covered, they would have covered no matter what, but the reason why they won that game is because at the end they were able to run the ball a little bit, and Dallas almost came back in that one anyway. I guess betting against Dallas is easy money again this year. We gotta just keep doing that.
And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. All right, let's take a look at some of the lines.
Okay.
For some of the games this week.
Yeah, we'll start with Thursday.
You want to do Thursday? Let's talk Thursday. Bucks Bears.
Yeah, big swing in this game. Big swing in this game already. Big reaction to the Bears loss. The line is just skyrocketed, and I think it'll even be higher by the time Thursday night comes aboard. But look, the injuries for the Bucks are sort of piling up here a little bit, and Fournette to me is irrelevant. But no Godwin, and if Evans and Godwin don't play along with Miller, I mean, Brady can make miracles out of guys, and maybe Justin Watson will be a guy, but. Tampa Bay is on a short week with injuries, laying a lot of points at Chicago here, and the Bears showed absolutely nothing. But the total is 44.5, which tells you that the implied total for the Bears offense is 3 touchdowns here. So I mean, I don't really have a strong opinion here. I guess if I had to take one side, I would probably still take Tampa Bay because their offense seems to be top 7 in the NFL, right? Like it feels like they're close to it, but the injuries to me make it very uncertain. Howard, I think, is he out for the year? Howard, you're right.
OJ Howard's out for the year with a ruptured Achilles. Godwin's not expected to play in this one.
What about Evans?
Evans keeps coming up limping on the sidelines, but he's toughing through an ankle issue. But then you even talk about their fringe guys. Scotty Miller didn't practice today. Justin Watson didn't practice today.
Watson didn't practice either. Who do they have?
Exactly. Rob Gronkowski. Welcome to Gronkville, USA.
I'll lean Tampa Bay, but if I was giving advice on this and I was going to take Tampa Bay, the money Thursday night is going to roll in on the Bucks. You got to do it now. Even though the line is 5.5, you're not getting 5.5 Thursday night. It'll be 6.
Oh, you're seeing it at 5.5. I'm only seeing it at 4.5.
Yeah, I got 5.5 here.
Oh, get it at 5.5.
It's gonna go it's gonna go up. And Brady money is like Dallas money. It's like Notre Dame money. People want to bet Brady and they want to bet the Bucks. And look, Chicago's probably not very good. They'll probably lose 3 in a row, but not something that I'll bet on. So let's go through Sunday. And so huge trap game, first game on the board to me is absolutely the first trap game that I see here. Panthers Falcons. Now, who is going to take the Falcons after watching that debacle on Monday night? No one. And they're favored in this game. So the world is betting Carolina. So obviously Atlanta's getting their first win this
So
week.
we're taking Atlanta then.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have to take Atlanta. I mean, are you kidding me? How is Atlanta favored in a game after that? But
That makes no sense.
but they're dragging you to take Carolina. And Carolina looked fantastic against Arizona. They looked awesome offensively. They looked good defensively. Let me tell you, Rule in a couple of years, they're going to be good. I don't think this is going to be a long rebuild for them at all. They look very impressive.
Right.
So anyway,
but I look at this the same way that I looked at Chicago last week. You know, it was like Nick Foles off the bench, big win for the Bears. It was going to be fantastic. And then just, all of a sudden, then you start to realize coming into the following week, you're like, he's still a backup QB. He's always been a backup QB. Has he had time to shine? Yeah, occasionally. But, overall, does he deliver? So now here we are, Teddy Bridgewater. He's got DJ Moore. He's got Robbie Anderson, Mike Davis, who makes Christian McCaffrey look like a system back. And yeah, I'm with you. I think that this is a dangerous game to pick.
it is dangerous. I would wait. I would think that this will go down some more. More money will come in on Carolina. It opened at 3. It's 2.5. The total is 53.5. Every total is in the 50s now.
It's ridiculous, right?
Raiders, Chiefs. Chiefs are minus 12.5. I mean, the Raiders every once in a while come up big against like one of the good teams in the AFC, but I'm not fading the Chiefs. I'm not doing it. I'm just not going against them.
Yeah, I can't.
I just can't take the Raiders. I can't.
I can't do that either. And listen, and Gruden will play it smart. He'll run heavy with Josh Jacobs. He'll try to slow it down. But I mean, that's exactly what Belichick did. Giving the ball to Damian Harris 17 times for 100 yards last night. What happened? Second half, the adjustments made by the Chiefs, and Mahomes like just knock you out with that.
I would think consider taking the Raiders minus 6.5 in the first half, maybe to keep it close, because I think you're right. I think that script could play itself out again. Mm-hmm. And again, Kansas City on a short week too. And again, look, Kansas City's. I mean, I suppose they would like to go 16-0, but they're in a really good spot right now to be able to take their foot off the pedal a little bit in some of these games. So anyway, I can't go against the Chiefs. Can't do it. All right, Rams and Washington. Rams really disappointing offensively, but they did enough to win last week. And they're laying now, it opened up at 9. They're laying 7.5 at Washington. And that's really another hard team for me to back at home with Washington. Like, I just don't want to do it. I just don't want to. But I don't want to take the Rams either as a big favorite like that.
No, I mean, you look and see. I mean, how'd the Giants do it? How'd they really did they contain them that well? I mean, do they have the pass defense to kind of counter, what the Rams have? I do like Antonio Gibson, and I do think that if they run Gibson, who's seen an increase in touches over the last couple of weeks, they could keep it close. I mean, again, like you said, even against Baltimore. They were in it to the very end there.
They're always in it to cover.
Right?
Cover. Yeah, and again, 7.5, you're getting a backdoor here on a late touchdown. I mean, you think about that, it's 28-14 with 2 minutes left, and then Washington scores a touchdown, you lose if you take the favorite here. So, it's always possible. Jaguars and Texans. So the rule of thumb with the NFL is pretty much this. Look, we don't know who the coach is going to be or what it's going to be, but teams cover more than 50% of the time when they fire the coach. It's just the nature of the NFL. They get excited. They play a little harder, especially in that first half. It's a narrative that has played out through the years. It's pretty much it's like going against a team that plays their third straight road game, hits over 50%, 60%, close to that. The firing of the coach is almost an automatic bet. Howard.
Even if it's Romeo Crennel that they're just promoting from within.
The team gets behind the coach usually. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they get. Yeah, I don't. For whatever reason, it happens. Guys are fired up. They like the change, and they usually cover, and then they go in the tank immediately after that. But it's like that first boost is usually that. And Houston, and look, it is tempting to look at Jacksonville and take them as a huge dog, but I think that they know. I think that the odds makers know that this is usually the deal. That Houston's going to come out fired up, new coach, we got to play for somebody. And what happens naturally, Howard, is that they started 0-4, right? So let's say hypothetically Houston ends 6-10. Well, that means that they finish the season 6-6, and then they'll fight for whoever this interim coach is. You've seen this drill before. You know how it's going to go.
I know. I hate the run defense for Houston so much that
No, I agree. Listen, we don't have to take it, but I'm just
no,
setting
no,
the
no, no.
example.
I know, I know. I'm hoping that actually that this line goes up. Like I'm hoping that more money comes in on Houston and this line goes up. Because if it goes up, I might be more intrigued to taking the Jaguars and taking the points there. Not
Okay.
saying that they'll win the game, but that maybe Houston doesn't cover. But
Right.
we'll see. I mean, if it stays at 6, by the time the Westgate locks their spreads in, then yeah, I'll side with you, but I'll feel a little dirty doing it.
All right, well, we'll see. Look, we have no line on the Bills and Titans. I think for most savvy bettors and maybe even public bettors, everyone's going to side with Buffalo no matter what this week, knowing what Tennessee is going through. So, I mean, I don't know what I could probably look up a potentially active line, but my guess is Buffalo is going to be probably 4-point favorites, maybe against Tennessee on the road, maybe a little less. But they're going to have to be favored in this game because Tennessee has had no practice whatsoever. And it feels like a normal week, but I think they have 10 guys out, if I'm not mistaken, going into Sunday. So, but again, teams on the COVID, Marlins and Cardinals both did well coming off of it. They seem to be motivated from it. So we'll see how that works out. Okay, so Cardinals are on the road at the Jets. They opened up as -1, and now it's Flacco, so it's -7. Cardinals at the Jets. Okay, so there's no way we're taking the Jets. And honestly, I don't think we could take the Cardinals. They looked
No,
awful.
dude, they look terrible. Except I would like to see Chase Edmonds replace Kenyon Drake, and then
Oh,
all of a
I've been
sudden,
telling you about that for years. Drake's no good. You don't have to worry. Eventually, it'll be done, and Edmonds will be the guy. I'm not backing Joe Flacco. I
I'm
watched him
definitely
play
not
enough in
backing Joe
Denver last.
Flacco. But I
No, no,
mean,
no. It's a pass for me. It's a pass. All right, so Pittsburgh's off a bye, and that's good. Tomlin's usually good with that. They play against Philadelphia. The line is 7. It looks like now. Do I have that right?
yep.
Pittsburgh -7 against Philadelphia. I suppose as the week goes on, we can take a deeper dive into this. But Pittsburgh is pretty good for us. The line is screaming to take Philadelphia, but I have a feeling Pittsburgh is the right side here. I'm feeling Pittsburgh is the team. I don't think Philadelphia is good at all. I think they had a miracle win this week, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly have no clue how they ended up winning that game,
Yeah.
against San Francisco.
Bengals at the Ravens. Ravens laying a big number, 13.5. So we'll check back on that later in the week, but I doubt
Bengals, baby, come on, Joe Burrow.
maybe. Dolphins 49ers, no line. I wonder why. Is that because Garoppolo?
It's probably because of Garoppolo. There's talk of him playing. So I
All right.
can't find. Did I not see?
I got no
thought
line
I saw
here
a
on that.
line on that.
I got nothing.
I see -3.5 for San Francisco.
Okay.
And then
-3.5? That can't be right.
William Hill's got it at -8 now.
Yeah, that sounds right.
All right. So yeah, there you go.
Miami's going to be getting a lot more points than 3.
Yeah.
In that one. Okay, Denver, New England. I do have a line on that now. I see New England as 5. New England -5. I guess is it with Hoyer or Stidham will probably start, right?
Stidham will probably get the start. I mean, there's been the talk that Cam Newton was gonna possibly get the start, but the COVID rules situation better than I do. I thought he had to sit out for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I thought so too, but I guess they're trying to prove that maybe he had a false positive. I think that he would have to test negative twice, which is what the baseball players had to do, and he's got to be approved to return by the NFLPA and the NFL Joint Committee. So it's no guarantee. Look, I suppose you get a better gauge on this before you bet it. But if you thought that it was Stidham at quarterback, would you take Denver? Would you take Denver?
No, because who's quarterbacking now? I mean, you've got Brett Rippon, or Jeff Driscoll mixed in there.
Tebow?
No. No.
Okay, let's move on.
Please.
Giants and Cowboys.
Dude, not there.
Dallas -9.5, total 54. Yeah, we can't back the Giants. No way.
I mean, I can't back the Giants.
The Giants are going to be, I'm telling you, the Giants are going to be unbelievable against the spread this year, and they're going to go 2-14. That's like the trend that's happening here. They're covering everything, and they just don't win.
I mean, I can't see. Dallas with a 9.5 point spread right now. That's a lot. It's definitely a lot. But I mean, how do you get? I mean, as bad as Dallas is, how do you get behind the Giants like putting up points? I mean, I just don't get it.
No, they can't score. Colts at the Browns. Colts -2. Sign me up.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to sign you up yet.
All right. Vikings at Seahawks. We got Seattle -7. I think I'm done betting against Seattle. I don't know about you.
I didn't think
I'm
we were
losing
ever
too
betting
tough.
against Seattle.
Well, we took Miami last week. I don't think I want to go against Seattle anymore.
I definitely don't, and especially not in this one here. I mean, this is. I think Seattle wins this one. I think they turn around, they kind of light it up a little bit. Again,
How do they
Minnesota's
not have a
defense is
letdown at
so
some point?
bad.
Every team has a letdown, but I guess they don't exist with letdowns there. And then finally, Monday Night Football, the Chargers and Saints. The Saints opened up as 8-point favorites. It feels like that's about right, and the total is 52 against the Chargers. We have no word of a starting quarterback. Chargers have a lot of injuries too. But are the Saints that good to be that big a favorite? I'm not sure that they are. I'm not sure.
Got to be Justin Herbert starting. You can't go back to Tyrod Taylor with the way they've played. They didn't lose that game because of Justin Herbert's play. He threw a bad pick in the second half, but that game fell on their
Yeah.
garbage defense.
I would play Taylor. I don't think it's fair what happened to him, but that's a different story.
I don't think it's fair either, but you know what? That's life, dude. You know,
I guess, but I don't
we're
like
not about the participation trophies, all right? If Justin Herbert did something to warrant taking him out, do you really think that Tyrod Taylor gives the Chargers a better chance to win than Herbert?
If I couldn't do the live stream and I was sick and Dan Servideo filled in and he won all the games, would you replace Dan Servideo with me?
Yeah.
Well, have a good night, everyone. I mean, come on, man. Like it was his job. His own coach ruined him.
My name's Wally Pip, and I should still be playing first base for the New York Yankees.
I don't like what happened to Tyrod. I think he deserves a shot. By the way, how many games did they win with Justin Herbert at quarterback so far?
Well, again, they got hung out to dry by their defense on this last one.
I just stating facts over here.
All right.
I don't see a lot of wins. Anyway, so okay, we have no leans, no picks. Have a great night.
I mean, I don't really. I mean, as far as like,
what are we thinking early in the week? Anything that jumps off the page to you?
No, not particularly. I mean, that's the funny thing. Steelers -7. I think that's definitely a lean.
I would say that's in play.
Are
we just gonna be suckers and take Buffalo no matter what?
I'll bite on the Falcons -2.5 though.
Yeah, I feel like that could be the right play.
Right, that could be the right play.
And we need
Seattle
to wait on
-7.
What's the injury status with those wide receivers? We don't know yet, right?
With which ones? With Ridley and Julio?
Yeah,
Julio might be out a little. Julio might be out a little longer. Ridley should be fine with the ankle.
Did he play in that game at all or no?
Ridley?
Yeah.
Yeah. He had he almost had a touchdown catch, got defended away from him.
I didn't see a catch for him in the box.
Last second. No, 5 targets, 0 catches. Okay. Could have been a touchdown, but Amos, the Packers safety, kind of saved the day there.
Well, another
or ruined your day, depending on how you look.
Who's that Packers tight end scoring all these points?
Dude, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started.
I have no idea who that guy is.
Robert Tonyan.
Is he good?
I told everybody and their grandmother to start him, including the idiot who beat me in my high stakes league.
I think I saw you tweeting about that last night. That's right. That's very a good call by you, man. Damn, I didn't even know who that guy was.
It was very upsetting. Think about that now. Atlanta, 7 touchdowns to the tight ends allowed in the first 4 games.
You're the whisperer. So who's the tight end of the Panthers? Ian Thomas?
Ian Thomas.
No way. If Ian Thomas scores, I'll be like this.
Okay, you're on. Remember this, guys. Write it down. Craig Mish going to be doing this.
All right, well, so we got our Falcons. We're going to have to find a dog here of some kind. We haven't really found one yet.
I'll take the Browns and the points, baby.
Browns? You're big on the Browns, huh?
How are you not big on the Browns?
I think the Colts D is really good. I'm worried about that.
Colts D is really good, but come on, dude. Look at that ground game. That ground game is ridiculous.
There's not a good dog this week to take. We're going to have to find it.
You are going to have to find
before
it. Well, I
Saturday.
mean, listen, we did
I
talk
really don't
about
see anything.
no Washington over the Rams.
Maybe.
I'll take the Bengals getting 13 and a half.
Bengals getting 13 and a half. How many points have the Bengals scored? What is their differential?
I don't know. I don't have that in front of me.
Yeah, they beat the Eagles. They beat the Jaguars. I mean, they put
Listen,
up
they scored
33,
16 points, then
23, 30.
35, 23, 33.
You know what? You know what? I could be
What?
sold on that. I could
All
be sold.
right.
Could be sold on that. Yeah, they're 3-1 against the spread. It's best in the NFL. Yeah.
I might know something
You
here and
could be
there.
you could be onto something there, Tanya.
Oh, it's too soon, man. It's too soon. Really,
Any
it cuts deep.
any other games on the board you want to talk about? Anything else,
No,
or we're done?
I think we're done.
All
I
right.
think we're good to go. I think we've given the information. You guys know where the leans are right now. Again, join us on Friday on sportsgrid.com. Craig and I go over these lines again. We talk about all the movement. We also give some more leans heading into the weekend. And then Saturday night, right here on the Wager Alarm live stream, Craig and I will make our picks for the Westgate. We're back to 500 right there. It's time to push forward. Do we take those favorites?
Never.
We'll have to see next week. You have to see on Saturday night. So big thanks to Matt Sells for producing. Thanks to all you for tuning in. For Craig Mish, I'm Howard Bender of the Wager Alarm. We'll catch you next time.